So I'm sure by now everybody has heard about that there was a Mega Man game that was being in development from some former developers from Retro Studios, the same company who made the Metroid Prime video games. It was going to be a first-person shooter, and it was canceled. I heard about this story from Lt Commander Armstrong on Spill.com. He even put up about a 30-second video of gameplay footage from the game. Now, I first heard about it today, basically, and my first thought was first-person shooter. It'd be different, I suppose. Okay, why not? Check it out. It's fast. Mega Man has his dashing ability. He has this new sort of very slick, realistic, almost kind of menacing look to him, where he looks far more robot. And even the robots, they're just like giant, evil, like tank mechs. And he charges at them with his little blaster. He tosses grenades. He even has execution moves where he runs up to one, he punches it in the chest and rips something out of it, then it blows up. He throws sticky grenades at them, and I have to admit, that got me kind of excited. And made me think, this was a game I would have loved to have seen. Or hell, at least play. To at least get some sort of impression out of it. Hell, I would have loved to see what the story was. What other characters were probably going to be involved? Hell, I mean, was there going to be a new villain? Was this going to be kind of a reboot? I mean, were they going to bring back, the Dr. Wily character and the Robot Masters? Or were they going to do something maybe with Sigma? Or was Zero or Dr. Light or Roll or Rush perhaps going to be involved? Hell, could they be playable characters in this version? Could there have been co-op? Hell, I would have loved to have seen what they could have done with the new robot powers. This could have provided, really interesting gameplay mechanics. Really could have done something new with Mega Man, because it seems for the last couple of years now, Capcom has not been treating their Mega Man character with any ounce of respect. More specifically, if you've seen how he was portrayed in the Street Fighter Cross Tekken game, where it's the Mega Man 1 box art version, only this time he's fat, he's got a big old beard belly, he's ugly, the costume looks like it's skin-tight latex. He just looks like a joke. And you have to wonder, Capcom wasn't Mega Man kind of the character that helped establish your company? And wasn't he, like your big hitter? Why would you treat him like that? I don't... and then you hear about this, and then you see the footage for it, and yes, I am a Mega Man fan. I grew up with the original Mega Man games. But it becomes apparent, and this is something that the good lieutenant mentioned in his blog, that Mega Man purists would probably have railed against the game, much like what happened with DMC. And what's sad is that more than likely that's probably exactly what would have happened. People would have bitched and moaned, complained that this isn't the Mega Man that I love, and well, the Mega Man that you loved has not been very well received lately. In fact, I think people, including myself, have been kind of complaining, this is just the same thing. Could we get maybe something different? Now, yeah, a first-person shooter is not different. But it probably could have been a step in a new direction, probably in a right direction. Hell, take Mega Man more seriously, put him in a more darker environment, have a really good story, something really powerful, emotional, and show Mega Man being a badass, you know? This could have been really awesome. But we'll never know. We'll never know now. And I know, you just know that if this game was made, if it came out, there would have been reviewers who I'm sure would have given this game plenty of respect and would have said, you know what, this game is damn good. It's really good. And I really enjoyed it and would have given it positive reviews. Meanwhile, every other fucking fanboy in the world would have bitched and moaned and complained about, this isn't the Mega Man I know and love, this isn't Mega Man, this isn't how he acts. This game looks fucking dumb, and, you know, and I'm not gonna buy it. And you just know that the game would have not sold well, would have underperformed, and you would never see a sequel of this version. And said company who made the game would go under. And why? What do you people have against somebody trying to do something new? Now, DMC really didn't do anything all that new. I mean, it tightened up the controls, made them a lot more perceptive, a little bit faster, gave you control of the camera. I can't remember if in 3 or in 4, if you did. Hell, I never even played 4, because by that point, I just didn't care. I never really considered myself a Devil May Cry fan. I enjoyed 1, I remember enjoying 3, but I can't completely remember. But those... Devil May Cry 1 has not aged well. It's aged very terribly. The controls are shit. And the fixed camera is a pain in the ass. DMC tried to do something a little bit different. Took the story a little bit more seriously. The voice acting was a hell of a lot better than it ever was. Especially if you go back to the original game and you actually play it. I actually forgot how terrible the voice acting was. And you know, I would have liked to have heard a more realistic and darker version of what Mega Man's voice could have been instead of the childish Mega Man voice that I know. Or hell, I would have loved to have heard a new, more adult, more serious Zero voice. Because the only voices I remember from those characters come from Mega Man X4. And that voice acting was shit. I would have liked to see this game. I would have loved to have played it. Hell, I would have loved to have given it a review, to be perfectly honest. Hell, I would have loved to see, you know, everybody else's opinion on it. But that's not gonna happen. Makes me sad.